My name is Carrie Olson, and I'm finishing my 6th year on Easter's Church Council. I've had the pleasure of serving on a variety of committees, teaching Sunday school, heading up Vacation Church School, and generally getting underfoot for the last 17 years. I have been asked to introduce Stewardship 2007, Stories to Tell, Gifts to Share. And we've got stories to tell. Did you know that over 64,000 of us were in attendance at over 390 worship services, where we were inspired, comforted, and hopefully a little bit challenged, and that over 200 people shared their gifts in our music ministry? Did you know that over 2,000 youth and adults participated in confirmation, church school, vacation Bible school, and that there was over 1,300 members in attendance at Bible studies? And that over 500 Easter volunteers participated in Loaves and Fishes, Moving Meals, Feed My Starving Children, and other food ministries. And that over 100 youth and adults experienced life-changing mission trips. The overarching story told by everyone was that no matter what gifts they shared, they got back so much more. We have a new story beginning here at Easter. This last month, 240 people signed up to become part of a life group, with 35 new groups being formed. They responded to a need to get closer to God by getting closer to each other. We invite everyone to become part of this new ministry. Truly, Easter has been blessed by God's abundance. Now, having said that, we have challenges. In the past 5 years, member giving has not kept pace with member growth, income growth, or inflation. And just like your family, Easter has lived within its means. But that has meant we had to make choices. We did not replace Pastor Candy, and this has been a challenge when meeting the pastoral needs of our church family and worshiping on 2 sites every weekend. Effectively, we have 3 full-time pastors this year versus 4 last year. Additionally, we replaced a full-time position with a part-time position in our confirmation middle school ministries. And that's where we're at here at Easter. There is so much more that we could do, but we are simply spread too thin. So, what could we do if member giving were to increase? Well, we could expand our investment in youth ministry. Did you know that 25% of our confirmands are not members? That makes our confirmation program a community outreach program, and we could do so much more. We could add more hands-on ministry, such as rebuilding projects for Katrina victims, where we construct here, send down there, and then maybe regroup there to build as well. We could add more focused worship opportunities on the line of Light on the Hill. And the list goes on. But to do this, we have to have someone dedicated to making it happen. And that means investing in our ministry team. And that means more money. Now, here's my story. When we lived in Mexico, I met Margie. Margie is 20 years my senior, and I had all I could do to keep up with her both physically and spiritually. In short order, I felt comfortable enough to ask her how they approached their church giving. This was something that I had struggled with for quite some time. Her answer was really simple. What she said was this: they looked at the abundance that God had given them, their children, their family, their friends, community, church, their jobs, and they decided to respond to God with abundance as well. They did not start out tithing, but they began percentage giving, and they worked up to tithing. Well, I stopped to think about how I approached our church giving. I looked at my church giving as though it was a bill to be minimized, and I suddenly realized why I didn't feel good about it. I was trying to respond to God's abundance as though it was a bill to be paid, not as a gift of gratitude. Well, we took a long look at our finances and decided to begin a percentage giving. The amazing thing was, it was not a burden, and it is not a burden. It felt great. And we are still working towards tithing. If each of us steps up our level of giving 1 step, there is so much more that we could do. I ask you to prayerfully consider making that step. All of our individual steps added together will add up to a mountain of blessings for all of us and give us so many more stories to tell.